Alright, lesson in agronomy and or soils today. I'm going to teach you how to stage corn at the stage it's at right now. So, here's the lovely corn. You can look up lots of corn growth and development guides online, and they're all really good. And that's where I'm basing my knowledge off of. So if you have more questions, just type in Google corn growth stages and you can figure it out better. But here's a little demonstration video on how to do it. So here's what corn. We're going to look at it based off of the hairs right here, and then we're going to open it up and base it off of what's going on with the kernels inside. Before this point, and before it sends out the tassel up top, so this is the tassel where all the pollen comes from. That makes me sneeze all the time. Anywho, so corn, they reproduce via the wind and that kind of method, and they can't self-pollinate, so they reproduce by another corn plant dropping pollen on it. So when you plant them this close like this, pollen from something is gonna fall on the plant we want it to, so that's good. So what happens is they're growing up. Before the tassel comes out, you base it off of how many leaves it's put out, and as you can see, lots of the leaves have already died. So one thing you can do is you can just pull the whole corn plant out and cut it directly up the middle, and then from the part underground you can count how many growth points there have been. And so generally there's 2 to maybe 4 that are down here in the stem after it gets this thick. But if you're ever questioning how many there are and you're not sure because there's dead leaves, you can cut it in half and count how many growth points there are. So, and generally it goes up to about V14, and then the tassel comes out, and then after that it starts to form the little cob of corn. And then after that, it's you base it off of the size, the color of the kernels inside, and the hairs here. And fun fact for you, each one of these hairs goes to a kernel inside, and if pollen does not go to one of these hairs, it will not have a kernel, so that one does not reproduce. But in this case, I've already pulled off a cob for us, and this is what we're gonna do. All right, so you're gonna get your little corn cob or ear of corn, whatever you want to call it, and you can look right here. This is already starting to dry out, and so based off of just that, we can guess that it is, and because of how far it's dried down, we can guess that it's either between R2 and R3, or in R3, which R3, reproductive stage 3, is milk stage is what they call it. So we'll pull that back, show this right here. So you can see how the kernels, last week these kernels were mostly white, and at that point you can eat it and it tastes really good. And this is grain corn, this is not sweet corn. And at that point you can eat it, but by this week, 1 week later, it's already hard and it does not taste good. It's quite stiff and it's not good. I even tasted it just so I could teach you guys. So one way you can test it is you can look at the kernel, and you can see once it is putting on the yellow top on there, then you know that it's in the milk stage. And one other way you can tell it's in the milk stage is by squeezing it. I hope this shows it. Oh, I squirted it all over my phone, but it didn't really show it. Okay, you can kind of see it. There's a little white juice coming out of there. That's the milk. So that's how you can tell it's in the milk stage. So this week, R3, milk stage. Last week was R2. And probably next week it'll be into R4. So, there's your little lesson on staging corn. Peace out.